Well, it's cooling back down again, and I'm sure winter will be back. But we did get a little break, and you can see that green stuff is grass. I haven't seen that in about 3 weeks. Glad to see it, and I hope it sticks around a while. But I'm not here to talk about the grass. I got a real nice box here in the mail. Looks like it's been kicked around a little bit. See, it's been taped up. I'm not sure if the fellow put the tape on there or not himself, but the mail's pretty rough this time of year. There's so many packages. So it's from my buddy Grant Kelchner, and I'm going to open it up and see what we got here. So I'll be right back once I pop this open. I got a note here, and it's a good thing that I read it first, because he told me not to waste time opening things on camera, because there was a few things in here. Look at this pile. This is going to take me the rest of the afternoon to get into this. I'm just blown away, Grant. Very cool. Appreciate this a whole bunch. Very cool that you did this. Had to take you days just to wrap this stuff. But I did unwrap this, and what I'm seeing so far I'm really liking. This is Indian pottery that is sea-worn from Virginia. Check this out here. Look at this dandy little Moro Mountain he made out of glass. Tell you, the nappers today are learning so quick and getting so good at a young age. I like it. I'm impressed. And then he says, this is the kind of rocks that the Indians down here had to deal with. And he says, and you say Onondaga is tough. Well, I'll second your opinion on that, because holy cow, if I had to make points out of this, I probably wouldn't be a napper. So, needless to say, I got some work ahead of me here, and I'm going to get all this stuff opened up, and we're going to take a look at it together. And holy cow, I just don't know. Thanks a whole bunch, buddy. I mean, this was nice of you to do this. And Merry Christmas to you and your family. And thanks for just doing this. This is so cool. So I'll be back when I get it all opened up. Probably be tomorrow. Holy cow. As I said before, holy cow. There is just so much here. And I want to thank you, Grant, for taking the time to label what everything is. Now, check this out. First attempt at a jawbone knife. He goes, much room for improvement, but hey, I'll leave it up to you guys. I see nothing wrong with this. This is pretty cool. And I believe I could use that. It's got a pretty sharp edge on it, and I like it. Very awesome. Some more of his work here. He does a really good job with this glass. Glass is not the friendliest thing in the world when you're learning to nap. Sometimes it can just crumble and shatter on you, but what I'm seeing here is some pretty good work. Pretty cool. Then he must know that I love bottles, and there's a note in the bottle, and he says if I want to sell it I can. These things go for quite a little bit of money, but I'd never part with this. This is awesome. It's got such a polish to it, so it must have come from the water. And look at this Savannah River point. Got pipe stem parts, bowls, everything, just bags of them. And he calls this a diamond point. Check out this adze, this chopper. This is really a nice tool. It's obvious as to what it is. So it's kind of a knife base here. Boy, this is some tough material to work with. I can't imagine having to nap this. But here's a dandy right here. Look at this adze. That is a beauty. And you must have given up your whole collection. Here's a nice tip. And here's something I've never seen before. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this, but this is the blade core of quartz. Or quartzite, I should say. That's a pretty nice core. Look at this. I knew they must have done it, but I've never seen one of these cores. And classic flat top, and strike the flakes downward off this. I've made a lot of cores myself, and this is a dandy. Then this is cool. With metal detector, he found this really neat old colonial button. It's got the shank still right here. That's a good find. No doubt about this one. Obvious hammerstone. You can see the use wear on it here. It's a dandy. That fits in your hand so nice. Do a lot of napping with that. And here's one that he napped that I'm quite impressed with. He says, hold this one to the light. So let's see what happens when we do. Oh, cow. Look at that thing glow. That is a beauty. Looks like some sort of a, almost like an agate. It's pretty nice. Some oolitic material. Now here's an interesting thing. Here's a thumb scraper he found, quartzite again, and then he made this one. And I'll tell you what, dude, you definitely did a heck of a job making a thumb scraper out of this material. It's perfect. Who doesn't love pyrite? Beautiful stuff. And I gotta tell you, as I look at all this stuff, I think you have the record for making me take the longest to get things opened and unwrapping things and putting them out. Here's a nice piece of redware pottery that he sent along, Yorktown, Virginia. And a little geode and red garnet. Fossilized scallop shell, and he says this is part of a German beer mug right here. Pretty cool. I love the colonial ceramics. And we saw the Indian pottery before. Look at this here. These are tools and other items used for chopping and cutting. It's a really good collection. They're huge pieces. Very obvious as to what they were using these for. Well, I don't know what to say. This is just overwhelming, to say the least. It's a whole collection. I want to thank you for taking the time to wrap all this stuff and label it and send it to me. It's so cool, and I really appreciate this. And I know you need a little bit more stuff from my flint pile, and I better get out there while I can before it gets snowed in again. Right now I can see it. And see if I can get out there and get you a few more chunks to send your way, because obviously you're doing a lot of napping, and your work is looking pretty good. So thanks again, Grant, and Merry Christmas to you and your family, and I'll be in touch eventually. So you have a great 2014. Thanks.